helps get your Spectre engaged. Like, this is something back when maybe and FYI we were all playing together. Like, this old school LGD lineup that we would be used to seeing in like 2017, 2018. And I just really like what Vici have. Fnatic, I think, need to take some serious tempo advantage to take this dub. Be curious to see how it plays out. I'm just hyped, man. It's just so cool to watch TI just because of the Dota. Like, it's just so good. And it's just nice. I'm enjoying myself. You got to remind me if I don't talk for a while that I'm supposed to do a job here, not just vibe.
Well, I've got an additional job that I'll also be trying to focus on. Apologies ahead of time if the observing is not up to standard. You're going to be hearing that from a lot of the casters here. We've been living the good life, you know. We haven't had to do observing for ourselves in a long time, so we'll, you know, I'll try and do my best.
Yeah.
I'll try and do my best.
Quite often spam their spells.
And then bottom lane is Jabs playing Rubik alongside Death is Mars. DY comes in, snipes the courier, gets a little damage onto Jabs. Helped out by the Spectral Dagger slow as well. He's going to commit for this one, and he is barely going to get that one hit to finish him off. Either way, probably would have gotten the kill. Nice first blood for Vici Gaming to add on top of the bounty rune advantage they already had. It's a very good start for them.
I mean, it's a balanced hero right there, Cap. And one of the main reasons you're going to see Elder Titan quite a bit. All this late game potential, super high damage output and amplification, but in the early laning phase, and then SF has souls, and suddenly, even with the nerfs to Necromaster, you know, he's sitting at 64 damage, Chuan is 62, so a better attack animation and better scaling in that sense.
Sentries all over the place. They do manage to find the kill on a PYW. Fnatic certainly kind of needs some of those kills because it doesn't feel like these lanes are naturally going their way. You can see the Tide beating out, canceling the Salve with the Gush. Very nice. Bow lead there. I want to talk about the support duo of VG Gaming. I feel like they've been a story for this entire year. It feels like they are one of the best support duos in the game right now. I feel like so much of this team is based off of PYW and DY and the success they've had as supports, just winning lanes and then being able to rotate in the mid lane, help out Ori. Every single time I watch this team, I'm like, damn, these supports are doing so much work. And that's why I think they pick heroes like ET and Weaver, heroes that naturally scale up a bit. Old 11 may just be running down DJ here, as he does have a mango. He put it out from the backpack and is able to consume it. And hell, Raven's actually still pretty low, so he's got to be careful too. There's still a swarm ready to go.
Yeah, I like how he saved 1,200 gold.
Are kind of roaming around. We saw Jabs kind of occupying the mid lane for a bit, and then I think they realized that Poyoyo has kind of been left alone for a bit, so they're going to try do what they can to him here. He does have a Fairy Fire. He's going to have to pop it to try and stay alive here. Here comes Ori to be able to bail him out. Not quite fast enough, though. Poyoyo still dies. Death is certainly going to lose his life. Maybe they can catch Jabs as well. The Stomp is going to be too late, though. Teleport out. Gets them away. That is certainly a success for Fnatic. That was a huge rotation. They still got the kill that they were looking for.
Yeah, I actually can't believe that Poyoyo goes down there.
But they need more than just Chuan to be able to kill. Raven's going to cut over, and they're going to initiate. Hold 11. Is he going to hold on to Ravage? I think he's just going to accept his death. He will. So Exorcism gets that kill, and we'll see what else they do with the Exorcism. Doesn't look like they want to push that off-lane tower, so maybe he'll just farm some neutrals. Let Jabs try and pick up level 6 mid lane.
Like this build on Ori too. This is my favorite way to play SF. You see a lot of guys going for the bots, Jules builds, but this is the way I think that in this patch you want to play it. Like brute force. The new shard was buffed. Makes your right stronger. Ooh.
Raven. He got surprise stomped by DY, and that just allows a massive TP rotation. They even pop Poyoyo the Exorcism, maybe just because he didn't feel safe bottom lane anymore. So he's like, okay, time for a lane swap. I'll come up the top lane, be a part of the kill. So you can push down this tower.
They're 5 heroes.
Yeah. Take this tower fast enough, and they may still be able to defend. Maybe bottom lane. I don't know if they ever want to return back to bottom lane, though. I guess PYW, if he had TP, he could go down there and like swarm and just kind of like So that's definitely got to be a clean execution for Fnatic, and that is public enemy #1, right? Like, they have to 100-0 the SF at the start of a team fight, and then the rest of VG Gaming doesn't look so scary because their primary damage dealer is gone. Spectre isn't going to do that much just yet, though it's not going to take very much for him to come online, right? He's going to go that Aghanims build that we've seen. He's not going to go multiple Falcon Blades, which we've seen a number of people do, just the one.
He's rushing Aghanims.
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight for that Ags. I guess in a way, because he's got both Weaver and Tidehunter, that allows him to come online sooner, right? It's like damage amplifiers, all that minus armor.
That's really interesting. Is that a thing people have been doing? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, the Ags rush, yeah. Though Falcon Blades, I've seen people, like I've seen Spectres get like 2 Falcon Blades and then go Aghanim Scepter.
We saw a lot of like 2-0-4 builds, right? But that second point in Desolate, taking the bonus damage from 18 to 32, it's most value. And suddenly you're a real offensive threat.
Yeah.
You don't just max dispersion like farm lane. Now you can actually get things done. Tide, mid, care.
They're going to try and go for the Tidehunter. And sure, he can Ravage, but again, Old 11 is left all alone. He's going to pop the last second here, and we'll be able to steal it. Uh-oh. Look out for that one. I don't think this is a fight that VG Gaming can take any longer. Fnatic finally managed to pull the trigger and get the objective that we've been kind of waiting for. And that, I mean, reason we were concerned is that net worth was building up, right? VG Gaming was up 2,000, all of a sudden less than 1,000 off of one move.
Effectively stops their team fight in its tracks. And yeah, time to smoke. They are not under award, so we'll see where they end up going. Arena up in 15 seconds. They'd love to find Ori. They will.
This is a big, big kill. Ori gonna be surprised as the smoke is gonna land right on top of that SF. I almost feel like that's I feel like you could kind of see that kind of move coming, you know.
Indeed. And hey, maybe just a little too fast for Vici to recover. Be careful on PYW, but he'll be fine now. Love the Veil build on DJ. Ton of spell damage on his draft. Ghosts function as spell damage, so one of the very few ways you can help out your Death Prophets damage out, but I guess minus armor still. But either way.
Well, Raven's going to love it as well, right? Adds even more to his combo. Yeah, Fnatic, they're going to get into a really good swing of things for the next 10 minutes, right? I think it's all about, like, how much can they accomplish? How many objectives can we take? Can they get that first Roshan successfully, for example? Are we going to be able to take control of the enemy triangle, which they're already doing, and will manage to kill DY? Fnatic picking up the pace a little bit, and you can see VG Gaming not looking for fights right now. They're waiting till the next BKB. Ori, once he picks that up, maybe VG Gaming can fight back, but I still feel like it's going to be difficult. They're probably just going to have to give up this Roshan entirely.
Yep. Level 12 on the Death Prophet too, so it's really nice timing.
Yeah.
And well done by Fnatic. This would be a huge win for them if they can take it. You're going up against a near consensus top 8, top 6 team with a lot of question marks, and you're going up against what is effectively the bread and butter of VG Gaming. You're on a bit of a clock, but so far, you know, the big objectives. The mid tower into a big kill in the enemy mid hero, delays the BKB, and now right into the Roshan. Hey, why not a fight if you can find it?
VG Gaming forcing some rotations and cleanly getting out, it looks like. They may even... They're going to try and go back in with that arena going down. They are going to actually pop the ultimate. Spectre's going to join them for this one, trying to go for death, but Raven interferes with the Avalanche, and VG Gaming are going to kind of reset here, maybe try and finish off this tower.
Yeah, they just hit the power spike. The BKB from SF arrived. It would have got there mid-fight had it begun, and the Aghanims on the Spectre up and running, so...
I like the fact that they're not scared. You know, like, okay, you took that Aegis, but it cost you Exorcism. We've got this BKB. They're not afraid. They're not going to give up map.
Where he talked about how this speech I used to give back in Han about damage and damage mechanics was something they still use. And I was like, damn, I forgot about that. Why wasn't I using that as a captain and pro player? And now I'm only remembering what I already had said. But it's too late, I've retired.
Yeah, you had to watch OG use those damage mechanics to win TI multiple times. Old 11, I highlighted that just now. I was like, damn, that's a BKB Tidehunter. He's not afraid of being broken anymore. In fact, he's going to use the Ravage right away, and it's not looking too hot for Fnatic. They've got to start retreating, but Poyo is going to be right on top of them. Jabs being run down. Is Spectre going to jump to them? No, actually couldn't, I think. Oh, no, he could. Global Silence is still up. Fnatic may actually try and go back in. DY steps a bit too far forward, and Fnatic look for that punish. They get one. 1-for-1 trade-off so far with the Exorcism being used. Old 11 getting a little greedy there, trying to farm neutrals on his way back. They're going to pop the SF ultimate. The Requiem does give a fear that is just enough to get Old 11 out of here. Long-range treat toss is not going to make it.
And Jabs has Blink Ravage still, like really, really quick. You can see why they like Rubik in this matchup. Historically, you know, picking Rubik into Tide, never a bad thing, but not many players have the skill to be 2 for 2 on the snag.
It's also easier now, right? Because they changed Ravage where the tentacles go out slower, but they go out farther, right? That was a change that happened a few patches ago. So that actually makes it even easier for the Rubik player than it was previously. PYW doing a little bit of scouting here with the support Weaver. Just seeing if they're setting up for this tier 2, and indeed they are. DY and Ori. Oh, they're going to be spotted by the arena, and Ori BKB TP out immediately. Old 11 cancels his TP in, and they just get a kill onto DY and presumably control of this bottom tier 2. Vici Gamer are going to try and trade out, though, and we'll see how Fnatic responds to this. Do they want to give up this damage onto mid tower? Seems like they are content with just a little bit.
That was really nice from DJ there, covering the SF BKB with an immediate silence.
DJ tries to pull some of the creeps off the mid lane and immediately is going to be jumped by Poyoyo with the Aghanim Scepter. And that wasn't the full-out ultimate.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
This, so far, so really, I think both teams going to be content, right? You just took Outpost bottom on Fnatic. You still have the Aegis for another 20 seconds. And, ooh, maybe a kill on Weaver? Indeed.
Well, they do. Very nice. Blink Dagger trying to be built up by Old 11, but he is going to be found by Raven. This BKB does allow him to split push against the Tiny.
It's a really nice choice in retrospect, because you also wanted some way of cleansing silence. And Lotus is more expensive almost than a BKB, so yeah. Does feel better, plus the plus damage.
Get out of Mars Arena as well. Ori caught before he could get off the BKB. Pops it now, goes to the Requiem with the BKB on Chuan. Allows him to stay close, but the Invis, the Shadow Blade, allowed him to be able to get away. They didn't have any detection. Now the Ravage are going to be used, and they just blow up the Death Prophet. Turning onto Death now. Death looking to be able to push them away, but they're not going to slow down this march. He is going to be run down. Poyoyo picks up the double off that team fight. A very smooth initiation there from Old 11. Just sets up a great team fight for
but
them.
that's all PYW. Like, as this chaos is forming around the Shadow Fiend, yeah, the fear not necessary, but PYW, he found Jabs. Immediately, there comes the Shadow Step from Poyoyo. You're split on the map. Like, you kill a tier 3 in like 10 smacks late in the game. And I think that that's something they could utilize here. But the real issue, Dota nowadays feels like, how do you start the fight? Can you kill anybody off? Feature Gaming, you have no trouble hunting Fnatic supports. It's a lot harder for Fnatic to find a kill on either the Weaver or the ET, and they obviously just have insane damage output throughout the fights. Just the Spirit Vessel from PYW, super effective once these BKBs fade on these high HP heroes like Tiny, or heroes that require sustain like Death Prophet as they now smoke forwards. Roshan up in 20 seconds. This could be huge.
They're going to break smoke. Jump in. Old 11 fakes the Ravage there. He just blinked blind. Does get broken. Is going to pop the BKB. Resetting him for a bit. Or he's just going to try and focus down the Death Prophet here. Death Prophet keeping a bit of distance. Will manage to get some exorcism damage onto Ori, and Ori is dead. He committed a little bit too much to that Death Prophet, and Chuan played it pretty nicely.
What timing.
Yeah, that's beautiful. DY tries to enter. Oh, there goes the Ravage. Old 11 is in now. Poyoyo immediately jumps onto the back line. Jab's going to be first. Chuan and Raven, they're both low. Poyoyo jumped out actually for a second. Back in. Chuan is going to be finished up. Raven, he's going to be next. Turns around, realizes he's dead. His BKB is going to wear out. Almost killing the Weaver, but it wasn't good enough. Damn, that is the second time now Fnatic have won a team fight, or thought they won a team fight, and then Old 11 still jumps in. They still take a great team fight.
Yeah, Zai, he's always said it. What characteristic do you need to succeed in Dota 2? You go back to live. I don't even know what you're supposed to do there. The Manta as well from Poyo. Like, he just killed jabs in the duration of the Ravage. And then they can chase for more. And they have so much vision thanks to the Spirit, the bugs, the daggers.
Have a taste of that Earth Splitter, DY. Jabs puts it to use to get a pick off there. Nothing major, but maybe when the Tiny's back, they'll try and... It is really interesting that he's just going for just a Hyperstone by itself. They pop the global, but Ori just BKB TP's out and is safe. So he's just going Hyperstone just for the attack speed of getting more Desolate hits in.
Yep. Smoke out. DD pop. They'd love to use it. Silver Edge available as well.
Okay, so this is the point where you play a little bit more of a split pushing game, right? Raven cutting a wave. That's all he's doing here. The rest of Ichi Gaming did smoke to kind of meet Poyo-Yo as he goes to push out bottom lane. They have a double damage on Ori as well. So anybody they ran into, they would happily take that fight, but no such luck. Fnatic are pretty well holed up inside of their base. It's just DJ who's gonna... it's not usually the support silencer that goes and cuts a wave, but I guess he's the most expendable man at this point.
I love the itemization so far from this lineup. Not going for the Aghanims on Weaver, just a Lotus to help with the silences. The early Shivas after BKB on ult 11. When do you see BKB on Tide? But it makes so much sense in this game. And the Shivas just for the regen limitation as well. Combined with the Vessel, you know, this Death Prophet, only 2,000 health. The Paladin Sword does not feel that durable, especially since you're just getting burst down in these big ultimates. 11k gold lead already for Vici, even with just one extra kill on the board.
DJ just pushing in waves from the trees with his Veil, Arcane Curse, and level 10 talent, but unfortunately it's just small little things that Fnatic can do because it doesn't feel like they can take a full 5-man team fight. While they still have the Aegis intact, the Shadow Step allows them to be able to jump on a jabs here at the top lane. Now, they still have the Aegis, so Fnatic are very cautious at taking a team fight or trying to kill this Spectre. They just give up jabs and leave it at that.
That's the right move. Yeah, even if you're able to kill Spectre, he did it at the right timing. 30 seconds to go. So you really want to commit. You're going to take so much damage from Dispersion, and then he's going to just respawn as the rest of his team arrives.
And he's got the BKB now. That's why he is just jumping every chance he gets now. Jumped mid, immediately came back, and will be able to fight top. If Old 11 can catch them with the Gush and the Shiva, is certainly going to be able to slowing down Raven a lot. They do not have a piercing disable to be able to catch that time.
Really nice play. Vici, we had said it was 11, now it's 13, just exercising control over the map. Scotty going to be the next choice for the Spectre. He really just has a casual Hyperstone. Boss move. Taking the Outpost. Shrine. Wait, Outpost. It's Outpost.
Yes.
I knew that.
Shrines were
they were
last TI.
Yeah, 2019.
Juan caught outside of the base, maybe forced to use his BKB here, which even that, just using BKB feels really bad for Fnatic, as that's now going to be on cooldown for 65 seconds. Just means Vici Gaming are going to be fearless in taking any fights. You can see what they're doing. They're slowly corralling Fnatic deeper and deeper inside their base, this bottom lane, and potentially going back in to catch somebody out from Fnatic, making sure there's no vision. You can see the map very dark for Fnatic. They're just going to go for kind of a blind smoke up here, see if they can reclaim their triangle. Even scanning for it, because again, you could see their map is just super dark. All they see right now, okay, the SF is top, meaning they're probably somewhere in our jungle.
It's the right move, but they need to get some kind of vision up. You can see, look at the strategy from Vici. A trio of wards all controlling this top part of the map, and Fnatic are beelining for it. So you're going to have to be very cautious. I like this move. You know, cut the mid wave, try and bait into your vision. That's the play.
Yeah.
They do get the smoke out.
Got these nice wards, and they are going to be breaking upon it. The Ravage going out, not really catching a whole lot. The BKB successfully getting away. It's just DJ who's going to die. BKB TP out for one. Jabs, he'll be able to get away as well. So all in all, I mean, they lost their silencer for a Ravage. I feel like that's the best you can hope for if you're Fnatic.
Yeah, I have to agree.
I don't know if that means they can actually take a team fight, but
it's something.
It's okay. It's something.
It's just so
You didn't
hard.
lose the game yet.
Yeah, Fnatic have not played a bad game by any means.
No, I don't
It's
think
just
so.
that one fight in Roche, right? You
Yeah.
give the Aegis away to the Spectre, and suddenly there's just no good moves. It feels like you're playing into this massive team fight, and Poyoyo has all this global mobility. Yeah, no haunts, but the Aghanims is ready.
I don't know how many times you played against this Aghanims Spectre, Kyle. It is suffering when you're behind because you can't split push. Like normally the play is that you're at least able to split push, but Shadow Step is always up, so you can't actually do anything to gain yourself some sort of movement advantage. Locking him in, trying to go for the stomp, self-yules into no BKB, didn't have it yet. It was on cooldown for another 3 seconds, and now Fnatic, they've lost their Death Prophet, and they cannot take this team fight anymore. DG is gonna die again. Raven trying to make his way back. They're actually gonna be able to go back in with the Soul Earth Splitter. So much damage onto Old 11 and Poyoyo, but it's not enough. They've run out, and now they may be losing more heroes. His death broken, so much damage from that SF. Dagger slow, PYW did not commit for that kill, but Old 11 and, well, actually Poyoyo is the one who gets it. Old 11 dies trying to get it.
Nice plays. I actually really respect that from Jabs. Captain of the squad, they're down 2 heroes, but they make this crazy call to reinitiate with the Stolen Earth Splitter.
Yeah.
They almost turn things around, but that's the kind of play you have to make in this spot. But
it's a recognition of where the game's at, right? 98% win probability for currently for Vici game. You have to make some pretty big Hail Marys, right?
Wow, that's fast. They're going to try for it.
It dies so quickly, and Fnatic is just not going to be there in time. Just to make sure the Spectre ultimate does go out, you give the Aegis over to SF Cheese for Spectre, and what was the third item? I didn't see it. Let's see, we got a shard on Weaver.
Ah, that's nice. Yeah.
Oh, Refresher.
That's
Refresher shard for Shadow Fiend.
yeah, but the Weaver shard's actually sick in this game. Not for the Geminate spreading, but because Swarm now will latch and reveal invisible units, Glimmer Capes suddenly got nerfed.
Telekinesis into the combo, but the Ravage interference. Old 11 was ready for it, and this is Fnatic trying to go for the last Hail Mary, but it is blocked down immediately by Vici Gaming, and they should be able to quickly dismantle the rest of Fnatic. Very nicely played by Vici Gaming. It just... I feel like they've been so disciplined. The fact that they were even sitting behind the SF in that situation says a lot about how controlled they were playing this game.
And it's just, man, the itemization is just terrifying. You know, Solar Crest, AC, Shiva's Refresher Shard on the Tide. Like, there's just so many auras, a Moon Shard complete on Poyo. Like, they're just too damn strong. Even with the Witchbane now as well, so he has the Self-Cleanse to further make DJ's life miserable. They're just nailing these T4s.
Last hold here for Fnatic, and it's not going to be with a full 5 either. Raven is going to be caught by the second Ravage coming out from Old 11. They gave him the Refresher Shard to ensure that they would have one last good team fight before they finish off the throne. Earthsplitter's is going to make sure Raven can't even get outside of his fountain and may die there if he doesn't keep retreating. Poyoyo gonna focus on the objectives here, and we should be looking at a GG unless Vici Gaming end up running into the fountain entirely.
It's just too much damage.
DJ gets like 2-shot. Raven gets on top of the Weaver, but you can see he can't even 100-0 him, and that's just gonna be it. He gets obliterated by the damage of Ori. And that is going to be it for game number 1. As you said, like a pretty close game, pretty even throughout most of it. Don't feel like Fnatic played poorly. I'm not a big fan of their draft so much. Again, it felt like the silencer didn't do a whole lot for them.
Yeah, it just was kind of game planned against by Vici. It felt like, you know, it didn't really look like they were ever under pressure. You know, maybe they lose the first T2, but it just didn't.
All according to plan.
Yeah. The one thing will be the 5 Veno. So that was maybe a little surprising, but it does make sense if we assume this is a double melee off lane. That's that's the dream for Venomancer, right? And especially against the Night Stalker, for the early period, you're going to be very successful at harass, but got to be cautious. Like, this Veno hero is so slow. If Jabs gets enough stacks up to proc Jingu, and Death just rolls up with a Void, like, Veno just dies. So they will have to be careful.
Yeah.
You're free to go check bottom room, which means Quap can control top. Like, it just flows very well. And then you have a Veno against with a Tiny. Like, that's just, you know, God forbid you get a toss back onto the Veno, Gale, boom, tower range. That's a kill, no matter what.
That was pretty interesting. Fnatic had double nighttime vision heroes. They had Night Stalker and Luna. So that is also a very small bit of synergy that they have together, is that Eclipse actually does turn it into night. So Night Stalker will get some benefit out of that every once in a while. Level 1 and 2 against Venomancer. I imagine later on, once you get Brainsap level 2, you really start winning that matchup, but it might be level 1 Venomancer is somehow stronger.
Well, it's just that the trading is going to be Veno favored. Like, Bane likes to be able to just smack people and always win the health war, but Veno can just hit you, back away real quick. Even Bane getting 2 attacks off, that's still going to benefit the Veno.
Yeah.
And you are very scared. He's doing an admirable job thus far. It does.
They're going to jump. Rotation coming out from Jabs, and they actually jump onto Poyoyo here. They're going to be able to get these stacks up, but he does not have Boundless Strike, so no big nuke or stun coming out. But the double melee lane is going to be forced back, and they're going to switch things up, put the Bane back to bottom. They're just going to follow this Venomancer around, because as you said, they do not want to have the Venomancer matchup against double melee heroes.
Indeed, and we'll be level 6 on Quap now. I don't know if there's going to be time to get a kill or anything off it, though. Storm actually first to 6. That's very nice.
The fact that Ori's just like 1 deny actually kept him from being able to get level 6 on that creep wave, and maybe he could have rotated, maybe he could have pressured Gwen a little bit better, but not the case.
Nice.
6-minute rune, so important for these two, especially for the Quap. If he wants to rotate onto these side lanes, it's going to be haste rune, and that means they're going to be able to keep up with Ori, and they're going to be able to bring him down, especially with the rotation coming in from the other side of DJ. First blood goes to Fnatic.
That is huge. I love that. Controlling the runes against Quap. Like, this is how you shut the hero down. He's got to snowball, and getting the first blood just like cherry on top. Just a haste rune would have been considered a W. And this is the benefit as well of the Fnatic lanes, because they're ahead top, now pressuring Tiny.
Yep, getting some good damage in. The Boundless Strike, turn around and offering him a hand. A bit of a high five, but Fnatic taunting Vici Gaming as they take a pretty big lead now.
Yep.
2,000.
Like, this new Lycan, it's similar to how you want to play against the Timbersaw. Like, yeah, you get level 5 max reactive armor, well, just leave your carry to free farm and leave him alone. And that's exactly what the plan is here for Fnatic. So they get kills on both other lanes. Sure, you lose your Bane, but I don't think you mind that at all.
He'll get there. Rune is bottom lane. Arcane Rune for Ori's Quap. That is very nice for him. If DJ is not careful, he may fall victim to this, as they're actually going to go for DY here, and Ori says, see you later, bud. We got the farm we wanted, and Old 11 is taking bottom, so there's no need for us to try and fight back. Death actually did pop Dark Ascension.
Just to push top. Like,
just to do damage.
Yeah. I don't mind that, to be honest. It's better than just holding it, and it's giving them the ability to potentially trade towers. Although, yeah, Old 11 a little bit faster as a Lycan on point. Like, the Venomancer doesn't seem to have a purpose in this game. Your other support, a Shaker for PYW, is also quite passive, and, you know, I think they counted on Ori being able to control tempo a bit, but he just did not have the lane.
Look at him. He just pulls the creep wave. He's like, I know what you guys want. You want my mid tower. And sure, you can take it with wolves and stuff like that, but I'm still going to make it as difficult for you as possible. That is a boundless strike, a bold one. Jabs immediately dies afterwards. It's all of Vici Gaming is around mid lane right now. They really want this mid tower. They've prioritized this objective a lot in the past, and it seems like they are continuing with this strategy here at Ti10.
Yeah, it's the right move. This is going to open up the jungle now for the Lycan Veno to try and exert some more map control. The DJ really wanted to use grip. That would have been the dream usage.
Yeah. Pop it away. Jabs getting some information here. They're going to still try and go on Poyoyo, even though they know that it's not the same anymore. Death does manage to get the kill on PYW in top lane.
I really like that though from Fnatic. Like that go bottom, like it's the feint, right? Like a boxer. You throw the jab so that they don't see the hook coming, and they just go top. Now slow down the shaker blink.
They're gonna go PYW again. DJ spots him. Nightmare first. They do not have any sort of darkness. They could try and go for the Fiend's Grip and see if they can kill him here, and they will.
Yeah. I like that. Maybe you could have saved it, but I think you just get the guaranteed kill.
Yeah. Still at 1,400 gold for this Earthshaker.
It's actually insane because killing the Ancient is almost impossible. Clinks can't eat it. Doom can with like a talent way late in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nightstalker Shard, 20 minutes in, suddenly this huge timing for Vici that he's still working towards just straight up disappears. And it's a 20-second cooldown on the Shard as well, so.
Yeah.
Orchid.
And on top of the fact that it just also is a super nice farming mechanism. We'll watch Poyoyo die. And maybe Ori, okay, he knows. He knows Monkey King's here. He's just trying to figure out which direction he should be going around now. He does have a haste rune, but he's got to be careful of. Ooh! Blinks just before the grab. Jwen, if he managed to get that one, then he's going to get potentially grabbed by the Bane.
Orchid was unfortunately still on cooldown. Otherwise, that's a definite kill. He needed to go for the pull first. Maybe if Jabs waits just a little bit longer, it could be secured, but.
Haste rune is going to run out. Death. Can he catch up to him now? Boundless Strike first. And with that Echo Saber hit, he is just dead, I think. Ori really pushed for far too much there. Now they've got a Fiend's Grip on PYW again. He does have the Blink Dagger this time around, who's coming out to him, but still, a third death for PYW. DY is going to get cleaned up here. Jwen is going to be able to jump, but he doesn't have that much mana left. The Nightstalker needs to try and bail him out here. He's coming. But he's trying to body block, but it's not good enough. There's just too many units there.
There's the threat of the Lycan. He's just like, I'm sure he's pinging. Guys, 4 more minutes. I can take care of that for you, no problem. He went to blink, as you stated. Very good against the Quap Veno as well. If you remove the HOD, he has a Quelling Blade and a Tango. That's it. That's all he's really providing. It's a Vlad's, theoretically, but the main point is like the Shard on Nightstalker with only a 20-second cooldown means that you just never have a creep. And it's, what, plus 200 gold?
So for me,
250 after the change.
I think they need to get a lot done in these next couple of minutes as Vici Gaming. If they can potentially win this fight, oh, we found the right one! Cut down the tree. PYW, though, immediately getting silence and no ultimate as a result. DY does manage to get off his right in the middle of some units. Death, they're going to toss over Old 11, but it's still not enough. Fortunately, Ori gets the long-range nuke to be able to finish that one up. They do get a Fiend's Grip onto him. Old 11, Avalanche covers him for a bit, but without any boots, he's very slow, and his ultimate was just coming up. Pull back. Fnatic retreating around this tier 2. They might have to give it up. But ultimately, not a terrible fight for them.
Do you go? Is that what you want? Into Tiny. Okay, I can see it.
Got off the shapeshift just before that silence. And he might actually be able to do something here. He has no mana. If only his rest of his team was like ready to pounce, this I think would be a pretty good fight for each Gaming. But Fnatic just playing around each other. Jabs, what you doing? He's got a Diffuser Blade. He didn't actually go for the Mage Slayer build. Very interesting.
I mean, it is quite nice against Venom.
He's going to jump onto him. He's going to inhibit him.
Oh, he had blinked.
Pop the ultimate. Yeah, he blinked, so he's going to be slowed down. And he just got burned out, but there goes the wand in time to be able to bail him out. Not a bad attempt there from Jabs. It would have been insanely good if he could have just soloed the enemy mid laner.
That's a bold play, but wow, just looking around. The thing is, Shard is coming. Like, it is the next item up, 10 seconds away.
Whew, Fnatic win probability 86%. We weren't wrong.
Yeah, you were about. Hey, I don't blame it. I look at the Vici lineup and just think you need to outplay. You need some kind of sick initiation. Somebody's got to die right at the start. Blink Tiny, Blink Shaker, and obviously the Blink Orchid on Quap. So find a kill immediately, probably onto the Storm, who does not have BKB yet. But there will still be problems with the Luna, and there's the Shard. It's here right away. He even saved the gold for it. Good luck, Old 11.
Dire are scanning.
They're going to smoke up. They do have some vision up here where they are currently smoked, so the smoke's going to break on each other. Raven actually spot. They managed to get that mini stun, almost catching Ori inside of that Silence from Death. They're going to look to be able to cut up the rest of Vici Gaming here. They actually smoke to try and hide themselves away here. Old 11, he's going to pop his ultimate and turn around and fight whoever he sees. That's going to be Jabs first, spots him. Poyo comes in, but Raven immediately popping his BKB. They do not want to fight into this Luna up there, Vici Gaming. So Jabs ends up going down. They turn around and actually should be able to blow up PYW pretty easily. The two supports go down. Old 11, his shapeshift's going to run out here. In fact, it doesn't even matter if his shapeshift runs out. The Fiend's Grip held him in, but he actually got away. Thanks to the avalanche of Poyo now with no BKB. And Orchid, they're blowing him off the Sonic Wave. Vici Gaming actually win that fight. They didn't even need the buyback of PYW. I think they just straight up out-executed Fnatic in that fight. What? How did that happen?
I honestly don't know, but you want to know something absolutely nuts? They did that without an HOD creep on Old 11. Like, he legitimately just didn't have one. It's like, oh, you want to eat this? No worries. I'm just not going to use one. So you could see Death even was like a little lost. He was looking for what he wanted to eat from the Lega, but there was nothing there to do so. We've learned that. At Ti10, the importance of TP.
Yes. It's very important for every team to have TP. Not just some of them, Kyle. All of them. It's only fair. PYW, go! Whoa. Just jumps in, immediately Echo Slams, but a silence covering it. Death does allow Raven to be able to get off his BKB ultimate. He is a little bit low, but Old 11 is not going to chase that down. Instead turns around and goes for Twen here, who with his last bit of mana, going to make a jump away. Jabs trying to cover his retreat here. He gets a little bit more mana, enough for maybe a small jump, but it's not going to get him out either way. Jabs actually turns around and tries to kill PYW, but this is a suicide run to try and get a kill, and he doesn't even get that much. Vici Gaming win the fight again.
Now they're right into the Roche pit. How are they getting these dubs? I legit don't know. Like, I guess just killing off the Night Stalker, right? Because suddenly Old 11 goes from a 0 to a hero. His creep is untouched. And just, not to mention the AC timing. That is pretty significant. +5 armor to your team, -5 to the enemy. Quite possibly the best aura in Dota 2 that's purchasable in the shop. I mean, great silence used from Death, but he caught the Gale, and he's just dead. And Raven survives, but can't sit there and auto attack. Way too much damage taken. And I believe that Venomancer ulti hit 4 heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think some of it is... So, last team fight, they got the initiation on Fnatic, but ultimately, what did they initiate on? DY and PYW. They killed the two supports, but they didn't kill any cores. This time around, Fnatic is the one who gets initiated on. Similar situation, they can't touch the cores. Like, they can't do anything to this Quap, Lycan, and Tiny. Now, I imagine things will change once they get BKBs on Fnatic.
Old 11, next item, huge fan. Huge fan. He's going to turn his Tiny into a
Stone
wolf.
That's pretty metal right there. PYW getting picked off. Scouted. They did pop Darkness for that, so... Death sees the TP out. Eat the creep, 250 gold. You could do that every 20 seconds if it's nighttime. Speaking of items, don't forget that you too can get item drops.
Yes. Link your Steam account to your Twitch account and receive treasures, items galore.
Bell didn't even ask us to do that. We're just sellouts for free. It is pretty cool, though. I got my item already.
Oh.
Orchid caught. Twin is going to be forced to use his BKB, and he almost chopped down that tree.
There are really cool other things.
Woo!
Whoa.
How did he jump before that scream hit him? That's crazy. Raven committing for this tier 2. If he's not careful, if he doesn't control this, he may end up getting comboed. The Nightmare self, BKB up, Eclipse. What a turnaround from DJ, allowing Raven to be able to get away and get a kill.
Oh.
And they get out on both of them. That was sick. That was naughty. Well played, Fnatic.
That's nasty. Like, he actually got the sleep off. And, you know, end of the day, Fnatic are a bit behind, but Lycan does fall off, as does Quap.
Oh, DY. Very nice fast reaction from him. Twins just heavily committing to kill this Venomancer. I'm not a fan of that. He's low on mana. This is not good at all.
Dire's bottom tower.
It's support Venomancer. Like,
The first zip, okay. The second, sure. The third.
that's just egregious. That's just too far.
And the problem is, like, it felt like this was a great storm. Like, I don't think that Twins played poorly, but his net worth tells a different story. He's 9-3.
Oh, they got him. Fiend's grip before he could blink away. DJ.
Huge.
Hey, playmaking 5 position. He's on it. He's on the case. Defensive nightmares, great Fiend's grips. They've kind of, remember they delayed that blink dagger for so long. Nom, 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 nom.
That feels good. Well, I just meant maybe they hadn't seen the Aghanim's. This would surprise them. These typically weren't so complex back in the day. Just be like, hey, your ult does more damage. Oh, grip.
Grip, but it's immediately silenced up by Ori, allowing him to get off the BKB on Poyoyo. Fnatic.
They're out.
Ult, just fast retreat from most of them here. Death is going to be the one who is going to die for that. There's the blue wolf.
Dude, it's terrifying. The thing about it is that Tiny is such a recognizable model. When you turn into the wolf, you can kind of lose track of the hero, and he hits a lot harder than old 11.
413 damage.
With the ability to crit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nom nom. 1100 damage, just like that. Oh, they're going to catch him, though. Pull him back in. Hold him in. Raven coming in with the Eclipse. Is that enough damage? It is. So Poyoyo, a little bit too far. Like, he just went up into the enemy triangle by himself. The rest of Ichi Gaming were not ready for that. They didn't have Shapeshift. They didn't have Wolf Bite.
And no BKB on Tiny prepared.
Yeah, it's a good time for them as they're going to start off leading. Pick off onto DY. Ichi Gaming, no response from them. Potential pick up on Jabs here as they managed to knock him down right as he jumped from that tree.
Ooh. The sleep immune on the dagger.
Very nice.
And into the pit. 30 seconds on the power play. Benno does have buyback, however, and the shrine was not taken.
They're going to pop Darkness.
Wolf bite.
They've got good vision of the incoming Vici Gaming, but Death is going to be jumped first, and he just gets bursted down by that Stone Wolf that came in. Raven is going to be forced away from the pit here. They're going to buy back immediately on Death, but this doesn't feel good. They use their Darkness for that. It's still going to be nighttime, yes, but that clear vision was supposed to be a big advantage for playing around the Roche pit.
It's just this time. Oh my god. He has a free Daedalus, effectively.
Yeah.
Plus the hasted move speed. Like, this is a terrifying combination. And you're starting to feel a little spooked, I think, if you're Fnatic. You need this Aegis. It's a 1 carry draft against what feels like 3.
How do they lead this off? How do they take this? Can't wait forever. Invis rune, nothing big, nothing like a double damage or an arcane rune. That would seriously change how maybe the team fight is played.
I really like this shard pickup on the Quap as well. A little bit extra damage, but the silence really key if you want to catch the Bane or the Monk.
They're going to try and rush it down.
Oh my god.
Jabs is here. He's ready to go for the Boundless Strike. They're going to try and interrupt this one. They jump in. Can they grab it? Oh, the grab up.
He got it.
Does manage to get it. Jabs, no way. Gets the Aegis right in front of 2 members of VG Gaming. He'll die inside the pit, but for a worthy cause. Raven turns around, fighting up against Ori as he was looking to chase after the support of DJ. Jabs dies the second time. Fnatic ultimately managing to deny the Aegis the second life to Vici Gaming is a big win. The shard does go over. It looks like Lycan is going to take it.
Okay, that's the wolf starting to spawn in the waves, right?
Yeah, I don't think you want to give that to... Yeah, okay, they passed it over to PYW, so now they have the Earthshaker one. Much better for team fights.
Oh.
Turning around, does manage to chain set him up a little bit. The Eclipse going down, but unfortunately could not keep Ori in place. Thanks to the Force Staff coming down from DY. Poyo, a different matter though, but they're running out of damage. Poyo, the last little bit, Raven's able to get it, but now he turns around. It's just too much damage coming out from Ori. Nice stun from PYW, controlling up 2. Can they get out Ori? They cannot. He's going to die. Mass TP's out. No stuns available from Fnatic, but it was double buybacks from Fnatic that managed to allow them to hold on to that team fight in the first place. AC next for Death. I think part of the problem is this Night Stalker's not scaling as well as we kind of expected it to. Is that he's just dying first in a lot of these fights.
I always fear, like, Silver Edge, I think maybe just, not unnecessary, but it's just tough. That is a very expensive item on a hero that doesn't really get too much out of the guarantee.
Oh, we caught him! PYW, patient, waited it out, ends up catching Chuan as he goes for that bit of a split push. A big kill for 75 seconds like that. That is easily a tier 2 and possibly a high ground poke to see what happens. Oh man, they went Scythe now. On to old 11.
I like that. I like that quite a bit. You just needed catch, right? And all of a sudden, like, you certainly have damage. I mean, Poyo, look at this. He's just getting buffed up now by the Triceratops. He is smacking things. This is why Tiny is so terrifying.
Frenzy, 75 attack speed. People forget about this ability a lot. Jabs is going to try and hold. Oh, okay, they're actually going to go for it. A buyback, jump in, Sonic Wave going out, but it looks like they're going to surround Poyo and bring him down. And once the Tiny's dead, they can easily take the rest of this team fight, I think. They're not going to let him escape, are they? DY, TP's out, Boundless Strike available. Oh, just a half a second off the mark there. PYW gets away as well. Ultimately, a buyback that only kills the carry of Vici Gaming, but now they're left with no buybacks on 2 of their heroes, or 3.
Considering how, like, that death top kind of taught him a lesson. Like, wow, I just get nuked down easily. This is bad for us.
For sure.
And Luna, he's all in for the Eclipse damage. And he is going for a butterfly. Really like to see it. I think it's a little late, but if he can pick one up, that'll be huge for his team.
Fnatic sees it. And again, they're going to take the support that is offered to them. DY will die here. Death quickly takes that helm of the Overlord. They did not grab the gem. Old 11 does manage to run back and grab it. So it's returned safely back into the hands of Vici Gaming.
Talk about a player who's been criticized for being inconsistent. It does feel like he has sharpened his blades in the run-up to this TI. Still unbelievable. If you are new to Dota, $40 million on the line in this tournament, over 18 to first place. And that hangs over the heads of each and every player.
They've got really good vision on Vici Gaming. They see these heroes, but they're going to try and grab them. Jabs, too fast for him. Managed to jump down from his tree. I think they knew Raven was over here as well. Didn't actually hit him, though. They're going to chase, but if they don't catch anything, this is going to be Shapeshift and the Bite used. And an opportunity for Fnatic to take a team fight with it being nighttime. All they have to do is just be careful not to lose anybody here.
And things are a little tough right now. If you go to current net worth, you can see one of my concerns. Current gold. Yeah.
I don't even know what button that is.
Look at how much gold Raven has saved up. You know,
Mamma mia.
that's a full item. So yeah, he's top net worth, but it is a little deceiving because he's not that item ahead yet, like it appears on the charts.
Yeah.
I should really learn the hotkeys so I can help you out. Hang on.
No, my hotkeys are custom because for me, most of the time there's only 4 that you need.
Gotcha.
CS, GPM, net worth, buyback.
Credit to your camera skills. I've been watching, and it's maybe 4 out of 10 in comparison to JJ, so not bad at all.
I'll take it. If JJ is JJ 10 out of 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
If JJ's 10 out of 10, I'll take 4 out of 10. I aspire to be 5, but you know.
Well, this is the 10th spot of the game. Roshan spawning momentarily. One fight. Both teams claiming their side of the river. They're going to go.
Trying to grab, trying to blow up Old 11 first and foremost. Death actually makes his way to the back lines to make sure PYW doesn't get a jump in, but they do not get the kills they were searching for, and they've got a full-out retreat, and they're catching up to him. You could see the Wolfpack is in force. They jump forward, grab Raven. Raven, sight, Nightmare gets off the BKB, and he turns around fighting up against Dual Wolves. The Eclipse, can he actually do this? The battle, the shapeshift, that is not going to be good enough for VG Gaming. A full-out Fiend script on a Poyo-Yo means that they lose this one. Fnatic now just going to be able to run down what heroes they can. PYW is first. Looks like DY TP'd out. Ori is unspotted. Fnatic, this Roshan is theirs.
Unbelievable. They just turned and fought. The safety and sanctuary provided by the Wukongs, I was terrified for them. You see 2 hungry wolves chasing, but they just straight up turned and fought. The Satanic used by Raven, he just tanked the damage.
And now
they
Raven,
kill everyone.
He can commit his gold.
Yeah.
Right? If they get an Aegis, he doesn't have to worry about holding on a buyback or anything. He can get his butterfly. He can start looking at where do you even go from here? Do you actually what do you go from here?
Then there's a Wukong down, level 25 at that. So now all of a sudden, Jab's like, maybe you even keep pushing here. We're going to see. They have... Very strong line. This is scary. Okay, wow.
Fnatic, calling it that. Just a tier 3. Which, honestly, for VG Gaming is probably pretty fortunate for them, because we've all seen, once Luna starts hitting the barracks buildings, the glaives start bouncing around, it's so hard to take that team fight.
I will say also, there's a lot to be said about the talent choice of this Luna. The BKB on Tiny had faded that last year. Oh,
what a big charge win! What initiation! A practical ravage that is followed up from the Wukongs, and that's just it. VG Gaming, they've lost this team fight, and unless they've got buybacks, which it looks like 2 of them don't, this may just be the game flat out.
Oh my.
Holy crap. What?
Wow.
Oh, there it is. That's the MVP ward right there. That is the MVP ward. VG Gaming did not know that they were being seen. And we may just be seeing the end again. They're going to buy back here on the Tiny. We'll see whether or not Fnatic wants to hit the tier 4s.
Oh, hell yeah, they do.
And force this out of VG Gaming. Maybe they're going to play it slow. Raven's like, okay, I'm going to do it.
It's a 5-1-3. Just hit the buildings. What are you going to do now?
Ori, he's going to jump forward. Immediately, Satanic being used by Raven to deal with that Orchid. The tier 4s are going to get cleaned out so quickly. They've got to buy back now on Old 11. They're going to buy back now. Raven immediately trying to retreat. If they could stop him somehow, it would be nice, but they're just going to have to let him go. After all, he's got the Aegis, and yeah, we can go ahead.
Yeah, run that back. Really
yeah, I want to see that team fight again. That was so sick. That initiation was amazing.
Yeah, and they now replace a ward outside, so just trying to keep vision in the critical parts of this map as we run the just again, they have vision. 4-man Ravage into the 4-man Silence. Everybody goes in. Chuan just so much damage, and then the enormous Wukong just, they kill everybody. Like, the Scotty's coming into play there. And is there a shard on the Storm now? Yes, there is. The damage output, you suddenly have the answer to the VG Gaming teamfight initiation burst. Because if you get off the Aghanim's pull into the Overload, like, suddenly that's Like Night Stalker Luna, they're certainly going to get hit by it.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're just blasting people with massive amounts of AoE magic damage.
And the fact that Jabs is built himself to turn into a core allows him to be able to follow up that AoE with good hits of himself. They're going to find a jump here into the triangle. Once again, a 3-man grab. Twin just keeps it up here, pulling them back into their doom as the Wukong's command ring is so hard for them to get out of. Ori may be the only survivor of that. They're going to buy back on PYW, so Juan's got to be careful here. Make sure not to jump too forward and get caught. Raven, meanwhile, battling mano-a-mano against Poyoyo, but now a second man has entered into the arena. Chuan is going to try and help out Raven. Raven with a bouncing glaze. Looks like he's going to be losing out this one, and now they're going to mass buy back on Fnatic to see if they can bail out the second life of Raven. He's going to be in trouble, though. He doesn't have anything to stop this. No BKB. He's just going to be whomped on. Poyoyo with the ultra kill, and this game just got real interesting, Kyle. Fnatic will not have buybacks on any of their heroes.
Wait, what?
If Raven commits.
What happened? What actually? Okay, I guess Chuan, a little bit of a miscue. He got Ori, but there was an immediate buyback, and then suddenly the Storm was in no man's land, and they get reinitiated on PYW coming through. But what happened in that fight?
I think BKB Satanic was used as well by Raven, and Poyoyo was allowed to just disengage, so they kind of waited that out. I think they really realizing they have to like kind of poke at Fnatic and get back out because... Jabs tossed up again and again, but is going to be caught, interrupted by Twin. They managed to get off the balance trick, but the BKB out from Poyoyo allows him to escape from this. Okay. I didn't even realize Ori was still in there.
He wasn't. He blinked in.
Why did he blink in? What do you mean he blinked in? Everybody else was leaving. Okay, Death, they're going to try and turn around and kill him. One toss. Do they have another one to be able to finish him off? They don't need it.
No buyback.
The damage is too much. Jabs jumping down for the trees. Poyoyo, he's still got a little bit more of this wolf form. He's going to be slept. Somebody wake him up. He can finish off Jabs. Whoa, there's the jump for PYW. Stopping the Fiend's grip. Immediately gets targeted. Back over to Poyoyo, who's doing the battle out with Jabs. He wins that one. But the Storm Spirit, the Raven, they're going to force staff him over to the other side of the Fissure to see if they can stay on to Poyoyo. And Juan's not letting him get away. With the last sliver of mana, he will spell the doom of Old 11, the doom of Poyoyo, and the end of Game 2. Fnatic lock it down. And this series is a tie.
Oh my god, I don't know. Oh my god, what an insane ending sequence. VG Gaming, like, they did a great job kiting the Wukongs, and then all of a sudden, Ori's in the middle of it, he's dead. Then they're trying to get around, they kill off the Nightstroke with no buyback, but they're just outnumbered. End of that game. Well done by Fnatic. What a series. The first tie that I've seen after our opening 4 all went 2-0.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Crazy, crazy game. You could see it there from the graphs. I mean, Fnatic was favored so heavily early on, but